Get out!
Hello, tankers and tankettes. Time for another viewer spotlight. This has been sent in to me by Leo21699, although I think I'll just stick with calling him Leo. And he sent me a T-43 replay, and this is Ruinberg. I should also mention Leo is one of my very own. He's in Circ 2. So, obviously us Circ 2 people are vastly superior to all those noobs in Circ and Circ 3. Wow, so many shots fired. Anyway, this is quite a nice game, and you'll get to see what a medium can do. And the T-43 is kind of interesting. It's got a slightly better gun than some of the other mediums for its tier. Tier 7 is a bit... a lot of the Tier 7 mediums... the only one I've got so far is the Panther, but they all seem a tad... I don't want to say that they're all rubbish, but they all seem sort of comparatively weak, considering that you've got some very good mediums at Tier 6, and then you go into Tier 7 and they seem less strong for their tier. But that said, I think there are still some good ones. Anyway, to the battle at hand. Leo has put himself right in E6, and this is actually not a bad spot, this corner. The team is doing something unusual in this one. They've kind of gone lemming train, except... well done, T-50. I don't know if it really counts as a lemming train. Yeah, ouch. Well, they know he's there. Anyway, yes, the team is all on the zero line, which actually could work out pretty well. This is an encounter map, so as long as the guys in the city, of which there are not that many, can basically... oh, surprise T-50. Can keep the cap clear for long enough, and as long as those guys on the zero line actually do something and don't just sit there, then this could be interesting. So, yeah, that T-50 is still alive somehow. But, oh, there we go, Tiger got him. So this is actually not a bad position for a medium, as I was saying. It kind of depends what's behind you and what's on the 09 lines. But, yeah. Now this might look incredibly risky, but actually, this is a really smart play. The IS has got a relatively long reload time. Leo clearly knows he can get off at least one, if not two shots in between every time the IS fires. Now the IS is duking out with the Tiger, and every time the IS fires at the Tiger, this leaves Leo free to pop out and just whack that guy in his weak spots. Now, this could be bad, KV3. It depends where he's going. And yes, he did try an on-the-shot move, but that KV3 had the 122mm, so that was never going to actually hit anything. There we go. This is really, this is ideal for a medium. A friendly heavy is engaging an enemy heavy, and in between shots you can just pop out and you don't have much alpha, but this gun is reasonably accurate. And I think it's actually fairly similar to the gun the Su-85 gets. Now, we did just get whacked by, I think, that T-25 AT, so he's going to pull back. I think he probably pulls back a little far here. I'm not quite sure why he's going all the way back to this point here. But, it's hard to criticise really, because mediums are all about movement for the most part, and less about armour. And there's one or two where there are exceptions, but the only big exception I can think of is probably the VK3601, and it's 0.87 now. That's about to become, in 0.88, a heavy tank. So, yeah, that's not really a... it's either a sort of mobile heavy or a heavy medium for the VK3601. It's kind of... it's not really one or the other thing. So he's seen an opportunity. He's seen there's no one down this line, so he's going to go look for artillery. He's not seeing anything, and fortunately the guys on the 90 line have actually they've actually pushed through. They've overcome the opposition there. I think given the numbers there and what they were facing, they could have done it way quicker. But anyway, there's that S51. And can we get there? Someone else tracked him. So, yes, there we go. There's the kill shot. He's not doing too badly so far. 2 kills, 2k damage. And bear in mind, this gun is like 180 average damage. Now the danger is there's no one left in town and they are capping. Well, I was unlucky he didn't get that one, but it was, yeah. I think it was slightly wide, even if the FCM hadn't hit him first. It probably would have been risky. So this is now a dash to the cap. Somebody's got a decap. The FCM is probably going to have his shot blocked by the IS-6. He can't really sit and slug it out with an IS-6. It very much looks like it's going to come down to Leo, so okay, here we go. No one looking at him. Okay, rear of a KV-3, that's a good target. Are they looking at him still? No. Oh, T-34's turning, okay. Oh, there we go. There we go, that was an HE shell. And this is... Sometimes people look at HE shells and they go, why would you carry any HE shells whatsoever? And on some tanks, there is no point. But on, you know, if you have a sufficiently big gun, this is why. Because even if you don't do any hit point damage to a tank, even if you just do a critical hit to a track, that is enough to reset the cap counter. So this is why you carry some HE shells. So he's got their attention now, and this is risky. Oh, that was nice. This is risky, but he just has to keep resetting, basically. Ouch! Yeah, that's not a hit he can afford to take. Oh, that was a good bounce though. Basically, that was very nice. That was that 0.37 accuracy coming into play. He's basically, yeah. But for him, we would have lost this, so that was really well done, and switching to HE shells at that critical moment. So we are now 12-9, we've got them, basically. The friendlies are now in a position where we can group up and take out the remaining guys. So that was a nice shot from the IS-6. So 3 versus 1, even though the Comet and Leo probably don't have enough pen to sit and plug at this guy frontally. 3-on-1, you know, they're forcing this guy's attention in 3 different ways, so that's always going to work out. Unfortunately, that first shot into the weak spot didn't go. This one did, which is very nice, and he doesn't get that kill, but still, nearly 3k damage now. Bear in mind, I think I said this is like 180 average damage this gun does, so yeah, that's not bad. So we're just scrabbling for the last couple now. Oh, there we go. Rear of a T-43. It's a pity that wasn't a slightly higher roll, because we could have had that guy as another kill. But one can't complain about the damage. There we go! The game is won. And that was quite a nice one. So, how did Leo do? Well, you can see on the score screens, it was a pretty nice match. It was his Mastery Ace Tanker badge. He got a Defender. He got Confederate and Sniper. So he made those shots count. And that's how he got such a high damage count. He used the accuracy of the gun. And he used the mobility. And especially against that IS, when it was slugging it out against the Tiger, he was very, very good in making use of the fact that the IS has a long reload time compared to him, and he was just able to chip away at that guy's health points and eventually polish him off. So that was very, you know, that's about the best possible thing you can do in those circumstances. I think a lot of people I see in mediums and they're in that kind of, you know, they don't think of that. They just think, I've got no armor, I can't take the hit, and they will sit around the corner, and instead of helping out a friendly heavy, they will sit back, and then once the heavy's dead, you know, they are then sometimes killed themselves. But, you know, that's why teamwork counts. That's why being aware of what is going on around you counts, and it's also why having a bit of knowledge about enemy tanks and reload times and where to shoot as well. You know, it's all really useful stuff. Yes, it only has 144 pen, but it's enough. You know, sometimes the pen looks absolutely terrible on a tank, but it really depends on the tank it's attached to. And in this case, he made it work pretty well. So I'm not sold on the idea of getting Soviet mediums yet, but they don't look terrible, I have to say. So if you enjoyed this replay, you can leave a comment, you can hit the like button, you can subscribe to my channel, and as always, stay tuned for more.